I swear, men who ask their partner if they can do what they want to do, you're already forked, bro. You're already being a selfish prick because you even asked. Let me explain. I love it when men just say out loud what the real problem is, but they don't think it's a problem. Imagine letting men do what they want. This is literally the root of the problem. Men just doing what they want. Oh, they want to, gamble all the family's money? Why shouldn't they be allowed to do that? They want to go free soloing when they have kids. Why shouldn't they be able? And by the way, this is so silly. This guy's like, no, dad is out. Do you know Alex Honnold? Okay, he's still soloing. He's still soloing. He has 2 children. He's not doing it as much. Allegedly, he's doing it more responsibly. He's changed a lot since having kids, but he's still free soloing, along with plenty of men. My mutual friend, Wifey Edit, did a video recently about, like, all men cheat. And the point of the video wasn't that literally all men cheat, but all men have that mentality. Now, they may never cheat, but it basically comes down to this complete lack of self-discipline for majority of them. They want what they want when they want it. And if you don't let them do what they want, then you are their mommy. And fork you, mommy. I'm going to do what I want because I'm a big boy and I have money now and you can't tell me what to do anymore. And I swear to God, one of the worst parts of their patriarchal crap they're in so much denial of is that just like the baseline of like they just want what they want. They are like children. They want a new toy, they go buy a $40,000 boat or what? I don't know how much boats cost. Sorry. They want, they spend the family's money on whatever they want. Cecilia Regina, one of my mutuals, is the one who made me realize that's why you can't buy them Christmas presents or like gifts, because it's like, what do we get dad? Oh, I don't know. He's already bought everything he wants. They spend the money, family money, on what they want. They want to drink every day. They're going to drink. Want to keep smoking cigarettes at any age, despite the fact that countless evidence says that they may very well die of cancer, and guess who's going to take care of them? They want to do it. They're going to do it. Fork them kids, They want to climb Everest, spend 3 months there, spend like 40 grand and leave a mom to parent their kids for that whole time while worried sick about them. Why not? They want to. They should be able to do what they want. And it's like, this is like the foundation. It's this entitlement that you should be able to do whatever you want. Whether you're married, whether you have kids, like no matter what. You should be able to do what you want. You're a big boy. You're king of the world. You want all the freedom without any responsibility. And women are never expected to continue living their life as if nothing changed when they get married and when they have children. And yet men still think they should be able to do whatever they want, that nothing changes. Some of them just go out and cheat because that's what they want. Why wouldn't they be able to have what they want? If they don't do that, then they're gonna, watch TV every day instead of, I don't know, plan a date, do something. Nothing wrong with watching TV, but that's like literally all you do when you have a family or partner or whatever. Or you're playing games, or you're gone all the time doing one of your dumb hobbies. It costs a whole lot of money. They just want to do what they want to do, and they don't like being told no. And one of the worst parts about it, when it's like in a like less high stakes, this is just grape culture, right? I want sex, so I'm just gonna take it. That's one of the worst forms of this thinking that men are indoctrinated under. But like the way it plays out in households across the United States especially, but I'm sure other places, but I'm just talking about my culture. But it's definitely here in France, okay? Let me tell you that. Is they want to do what they want to do. And if a woman calls them on it, then she has to deal with their disappointment, maybe their mood. Now she's literally been turned into mother. So even if he respects and is like, yeah, like I've said this before, men are going to run marathons. Sure, you should ask your partner, hey, I really want to do this thing. What do you think about it? But sometimes you shouldn't even be asking her. You should not be even asking, because by asking, you're putting her in a position to have to be mom who says no. And now you're going to resent her for saying no when you're the jerk who thought it was a good idea to run a marathon when you have a baby and a toddler and aren't willing to wake up at 4 a.m. You know what I mean? Like, you are not thinking about the impact it's going to have on anybody. You just want to run. You want a cheerleader. You want that, you want that little medal or whatever. You want to be a masochist and go like punish yourself every day. You want an excuse to get out of the house. You literally just want to do what you want to do so you can feel good about yourself. You won't go to therapy or deal with any of the real problems. You just literally run away from it. But when men put women in these positions all the time, to ask them. You need to go a step further and stop asking. But I mean, a lot of men just don't ask, they just do, which is like worse. But a lot of men ask. Why don't you think it through before you ask? Why don't you say to yourself, if my partner asked me to do all the childcare, have to change how she eats, has to deal with my bad moods because, I don't know, I'm sore all the time, or on days I can't go running, or what, fill in the blank of whatever escapist hobby they have that they're obsessed with to avoid themselves. Fill that in the blank. It could be running, climbing, gaming, whatever it is that gives them that little adrenaline or dopamine or whatever that everyone else in the household pays for. Insert that. If they literally, like, they know that we would never even ask that. Why? Because we play it through. We think, well, I'm asking a lot of my, like, that's what, 6 months of training every day. That's 2 dinners, because who wants to eat fork and pasta every night? Carbs all the time when they're not running all those miles, Literally everything in someone's world changes when a man gets into a hobby. And instead of doing any of the work of, foresight and, empathy, and putting yourselves in someone's position and being like, you know what, if someone asked me all this, I definitely would not be okay with that. No. They want to let men do what they want. That's my right. I'm the king baby. And so then they ask. And just by asking, you've already forked over your partner, because now she's got to be the person who talks you out of doing this really dumb, selfish, expensive thing that might even be super dangerous. Now she's got to be your mom. You're literally putting her in position to be a mom by even asking. I'm not saying that you can't come to your partner with ideas about things you want to do, but I'm saying most men are not even doing that really important work of saying, should I be doing this at all? Because most of the time it's, no, bro, you can't afford it, and you're going to break her under all this extra labor. And unless she gets to do her own thing later on too, how dare you even ask? I not only have an issue with men doing all this stuff, I have an issue with them even thinking about doing it and then asking if they can. Because when a woman says, no, hun, that's a really bad idea. Who's going to take care of the kids all this time? And a lot of women don't even know what they're getting into. So they're like, oh, cool, he's going to run. He's going to get out of the house. Maybe he'll make some friends because he doesn't have any friends either. They don't even know what they're getting into when it comes to something like a healthy hobby for men. I'm telling you, even the healthy hobbies end up being a nightmare and not worth it. But what I want men to stop doing is asking. Stop asking. Only ask. Don't even ask. Present it like, here's what I was thinking of doing, but here's all the ways that I think it might impact you. Maybe I haven't thought this all through, but I've been trying to think of all the ways this might impact you. What I'm going to do to make it so that it doesn't impact you. And also, if I do this thing, then you get to do the next big thing, right? That I will sacrifice for. Like, unless you present it as like, I don't know, something that a teammate would bring up to another teammate, don't forkin' ask. Because you're already being a selfish prick by putting her in that position of having to say no. And the fact that she has to do that now means that you have turned her into your mom. Why the fork does she want to fork you when you're parentifying her in addition to wearing her out? God, I swear to God, so many divorces come from this. And it plays out in hobbies and, addictions or whatever. Stop asking. Ask yourself first, or ask a lot of other people. But that would require emotional labor, time, and giving a crap, and a lot of men don't. So, anyway, let me know what you think. Please follow my Patreon. That's what pays the bills these days, especially at times like this where my voice is really suffering and it's hard for me to make content. Have a live on Tuesday. That's tomorrow. We're going to talk about how we broke into journalism, how we immigrated, all kinds of stuff. We're going to answer questions. So be there, be square. Let me know if you heard that. Comments on. Today's common song is coming from Paris, but not me, it's my mother-in-law. She sent all these photos in the family WhatsApp chat because her and my father-in-law up there, and it's so cute seeing her being a tourist, taking photos of stuff like this lady painting, and it's all a cute Paris expedition, and it's so adorable. My mother-in-law's from a little village in France, so it's kind of a big deal to go to Paris and see all this stuff. Thanks to, this is a really terrible photo of Notre Dame, my mother-in-law. Hope you enjoyed this mother-in-law Paris comment edition. Mother-in-law, she's so cute. Join my Patreon, enjoy my life tomorrow. Yay, baby, love.